What is up, everybody? We are back with the worst of the worst quarterfinals between Godhand and Dream Chasers. Obviously, this quarterfinals means that if we when the losing team is out, then they're gone. Fuck off. We're not seeing you ever again, thankfully. And whoever wins is going to go into the finals. So this is all to play for, really. If you're a dogshit team, then this is kind of how you make your name. I'm not here alone. Sadly, I do have the displeasure of casting with Baron. So Baron, take it away, my man.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm already seeing shit in this match that makes me want to off myself, or rather go third stage IRL. I'm not even gonna front with you. We have Jambi in a locker off jump. This motherfucker got in the locker at the very beginning, and he has not left it. So I don't know what's happening here. There's only one player on here that's not, like, doing total shit. And even then, she's still doing pretty shit. We have no survivors on gens. No one's on Chase. One survivor on a locker, and we finally have someone in Chase. And Jambi finally decided it'd be a good time to get out of the locker. So you know what? I think we're in for a really shitty match.
Yeah, I mean, talking about shitty matches as well, we just saw that absolutely easiest pounce I've ever seen in my life just get absolutely fumbled and eaten by the wall. So I don't think Cheeky Boy here really knows how to play Drac. And especially if this is kind of a set that you're picking, you'd expect to be, at least some bit decent. Cheeky Boy
Hmm.
using his game sense to find yet another gen with no progress because, as you said already, our Survivor side do not want to be pumping out gens anytime soon or even look like they want to have a chance of escaping this trial.
Absolutely not. I think they have no interest. As a matter of fact, Jambi's back in a fucking locker. I think Bro needs to get off of the character. He needs to get off of Belmont and play fucking Dwight. And of course, Cheeky Boy's none the wiser. He just ran right past the locker Bro was hiding in. And yeah, no, I think our survivors are perfectly content staying and dying in this trial. We go ahead and we kick the one gen with Prague. Let's see if we can get an oppression proc on the gens that have absolutely no fucking progress because our team is so gen efficient. I honestly, I have low hopes for both sides. One's fumbling a power on a killer they picked, and then the four survivors are sitting there, with their plaything in their hands. So I don't really know what to do here.
I mean, we do actually see the first hit of the game as well, if I'm not mistaken. And wow, and Survivors is just going to be giving free tags as if it's Black Friday, man. They got the 2-for-1 sale. Belmont actually, Jambi out the locker, finally. About time, getting some gen progress done, but in a position where he's not really safe from everything, and Cheeky Boy taking advantage of him. And just taking advantage of the situation, sorry. And, oh my god. Oh no, please. This has got to be the worst movement I've ever seen in a third-person killer. How do you man? Oh my god. It's even worse from Survivor Baron. What the fuck am I looking at, my boy?
Brother, I honestly, so our wonderful, wonderful feels. She was an original coach of mine. She used to tell me that Baron, you have terrorism pathing, which is supposed to be a good thing. Though honestly, I always secretly thought she was throwing shade. Um, I have to say, if I thought she was throwing shade at me with terrorism pathing, I don't know what the fuck to call this pathing. So baby survivor pathing isn't even good enough for it. It's like I don't know. You call it dog shit pathing? Maybe. What do you think? What do we call this, bro?
I think that's the give a killer a free down right next to your highest progress gen tag, and it's really coveted in comp. It's something you really love to see on a survivor side because if you die on the generator with a lot of progress, then you
Mm.
can't work the gen, and you also have a slug there as well now. So enjoy the
Mm.
2-for-1 deal. It's the best of both worlds because you now can't pick up the survivor without losing gen progress, and you
Mm.
also can't work the gem without having a slug survivor, and the chases haven't been long enough to make it so that this survivor can last any longer. Cheeky Boy obviously does not know how to play this killer, or if he does, definitely not on this map. So this guy has not been practicing whatsoever, as we can evidently see by his questionable hellfire. And what the fuck are we trying to do here, man? Let's corner
Well,
ourselves and then
like,
crouch in the corner. If I can't see you, you can't see me.
like practice. What is that, bro? I'm not. Who is she? I don't know her. And neither neither does this killer apparently. And miraculously somehow, with all of the free pressure the survivors gave the Drac at the beginning of the match, he still allowed them to pop two gens. How? I don't know. Honestly, I think you have to try to throw this hard. Brother needs a fucking medal. Biggest biggest throw in comp 2025.
Well, I mean, as the tournament name kind of suggests, they're competing for the worst of the worst title.
Mm.
So, it wouldn't really be that kind of setting if you had teams actually doing well in every setting, every survivor team doing well, every killer player doing well as well. And with Cheeky Boy, this guy doesn't really have a clue what he's doing. He's kind of looking around like Velma on the floor looking for his glasses. He's got nothing going for him. He knows no gens that have any progress, and he's just completely leaving the hook on the other side of the map. So if the survivors were actually good at the game, they could get pull anytime now. But I don't think I'm seeing that happening. I'm just having a little switch around, and we see Mora here just reluctant to actually get the pull, because why would you pull someone before they go second, right?
Yeah. Why would you pull someone when you actually have a chance to maybe not trade? You know, honestly, that's an excellent point. I think, hear me out, I think he's being kind. I think he wanted to give the Drac the pain rest. It makes sense, because, like, the survivors gave him so much free pressure at the beginning, and then he let them pop 2 gens because he was trying to be nice. I think they're just returning the favor. I think that's what's happening.
Well, the thing is, though, it's Halloween. It's not Christmas. This is no season of giving. So I think we got to have a word with the teams. And Yuna gets absolutely Assassin's Creeded. Randy Orton from the top ropes. Absolutely no chance. Not even looking above her. Doesn't even realize that there's a break in the rail, so she can get absolutely Goomba stomped like it's Mario. This is a questionable play. I mean, it's a good play if you want to die soon and you don't really
Mm,
want
mm.
the chases to last long. But in terms of a good game, you're not really going to be seeing it if you're doing shit like this.
You know, Will, I'm surprised good game is even in your vocabulary this round. Because you and I both know we're not gonna fucking get one. Now, if Cheeky Boy has any brains whatsoever, which, I mean, he has proven quite much to the contrary, he's gonna go ahead and go for Yuna now. But maybe he does, but watch him find a way to fumble it. I have every confidence that that's exactly what's about to happen. He's gonna find a way to fuck up the second pounce. Okay, you know what? I'll eat my words. I'm surprised, though.
Fair dues. I think that's more down to the fact that Yuna didn't play the 50 and just gave him the 100% down there. And we saw earlier Jambi very reluctant to, actually run away from where the chase is happening. This guy's positioning is all over the place. I can't even begin to fathom what his thought process must be when he's been playing like half the time in lockers and half the time just getting hit really quickly and going down for free.
Mm-mm. No, honestly, I I think positioning is a foreign concept to this man. I mean, I never have I ever seen a survivor in a competitive match be so ready to spend approximately 40% of the match in a fucking locker. But this guy, he's like married to him. Like, you think he gets some sort of like you know what pleasure from hanging out in lockers. I don't know, brother.
I don't know. Maybe he knows something we don't. He's got a new unreleased perk that for every second you spend in a locker, you actually get 2% more dog shit at playing Survivor, and you actually lose brain
Mm.
function in terms of thinking about game sense as well. So we see Cheeky Boy there getting a bit stuck on the window, and also teleporting to the complete wrong pallet before. So he tried to teleport to the library pallet and accidentally teleports to Welcome Leon. Mora just taking an absolutely lovely chunk, a nice bite out of that wall and killing all momentum, so that this is probably going to be a very short chase as well. And I don't even know why we're changing form there. Just break the pallet in bat
Mm.
form and then chase after them in bat form as well. Like, there's not really anything happening that makes too much sense, so I'm not really sure why would you double
Bro,
back that?
you know, I'm not sure he deserves all the grief here, Will. I'm over here looking at these survivors, and they've only just now gotten onto a gen, and somehow Mora has managed to take the chase towards what looks to be like the only active gen on the map. So, well, actually, okay, no. He was taking it towards the gen that Belmont wanted to work on, so Belmont's not on a gen now, and of course, Claude is now kicked off her gen. So, I mean, our survivors suck at positioning. They suck at taking chase where it needs to go. And they just absolutely love lockers. I think that if you were to take a group of survivors that had like 200 hours apiece, that, were the classic Baby Meg type survivors, this is what we're seeing here. Like, this is comp Baby Meg in a nutshell. A matter of fact, I think there used to be a team called Baby Megs. This is quite reminiscent of the gameplay you would have seen.
Oh, definitely, especially with the kind of gameplay as you said. But I feel like Megs are more like they like doing the gens a lot more. They like the motors. So at least with them, even though they die quick, I mean,
She
that's a bit
thought
of a
she ate
problem.
with that play.
I mean, the only thing that was ate in that play was the dog taking a nice chunk out of her ass there, getting a free tag, the freest tag known to man as well. So now are we gonna get mind gamed on this lovely heartbeat readable
Mm.
wall? Yeah, kind of. The wolf swap did kind of give the audio cues, but it doesn't really matter because Blaspheme has absolutely nothing to play for. The pallet already being dropped as Yuna wanted to give the down a lot quicker earlier. But I'm thinking right now, really, Baron. One thing I do want to
Mm.
point out is why the fuck is there a person on Death Hook not being out the game? Like,
Right.
why are you just letting him run free? Like, you are just giving them insane pressure and for no apparent reason as well because
Will,
it makes no sense.
I have a better question for you. Why
Hmm.
isn't anyone on a gen? They weren't on a gen when Claude was getting chased that whole time, by the way. Oh my god, I just got a Scottish accent out of nowhere. But they weren't getting on the gen when he was being chased that whole time, by the way. So I have a better question for you. What the fuck were they doing?
Um, they were rotating because RPD
Hmm.
is a very big map, so obviously it means that you have to take your nice time. Maybe they need some kind of access point to the fact that they could like teleport. Maybe the devs have been doing quite good with the better movement in maps because we see the portals on Forgotten Ruins. So maybe
Hmm.
survivors are actually doing this as a way to campaign for more movement options within the trial. I think that's probably what we might be seeing here.
Oh. You
Oh
know
my
what,
god.
Will? I think that's a cook. And you know what I think is even more of a cook? That no one's on gens once again. Yeah, I think you're onto something. I think they're trying to get something through to the developers. It's some sort of like act of protest in a sense. If they can play shitty enough on like a comp stage, they can prove that all of these really bad changes that people are asking to be pushed through need to get pushed through. I think that's what's happening right now. They're trying
Yeah.
to prove the necessity for the bad changes to go through.
Exactly, and I think with what we saw earlier in the match with Yuna, I think Yuna was actually not doing terribly in Chase just for fun, but she really wanted to prove the point that the anti-tunnel changes really need to come into effect sooner.
Hmm.
You can't be this dog shit at the game and not want your hand holding, right?
Right.
And
And I
for this
mean,
to
while we're
prove
at it,
the
I
same
think
thing again.
we should give survivors base kit old Medal of Man. Um, because I mean, this team certainly fucking needs it.
I don't
And
even
again,
think
no
Gold
one's on
Medal of
gens.
Man would help. Bro, you don't even need to say it anymore. Like, what is this stealth by Jambi? This is why. This is why you need to be in the lockers. I'm seeing a common theme here. So we find a survivor stealthing badly off a jet. They go and chase and they don't last long. Oh no. Oh no. Dead harding for distance is actually not in the game anymore, Jambi. Sorry to disappoint you, but that might be the worst time dead hard I've seen. I feel like you could be wearing a blindfold, have earplugs in, and you could still dead hard to a better timing and better standard than what I've just seen with my own two eyes here.
No, what do you mean? That Dev Hard, honestly, I think his Dead Hard is on par with Carvy's, bro. Like that's how good his Dead Hard is, bro. But no, once again, we have no survivors on gens because who wants to escape the trial, right? And Claude seems to be nowhere near a gen. Mora seems to be walking around second floor, nowhere near a gen. I honestly think that their entire goal here is to just give it's Godhand that's killing, right? I think they just want to give Godhand the win. I I I don't know what good karma Godhand is like racked up in order to deserve it, but I do think that is our survivor's goal, bro. Oh, he's wait, is he baiting out the dead hard? That's no way, bro. No way.
I would have just insta swung because knowing Jambi, he would have found a way to fuck it up either way. So I feel like um that's kind of a certain ego boost if he did actually wait out the dead hard and get it. So I wouldn't have even bothered. I would have just straight and eaten the dead hard or had an insta down on Jambi. We do actually see. I'm looking through onto the survivors here. We do see a double gen, but I think it's a bit too late. They might actually pop it if Cheeky Boy doesn't realize that he needs to have some kind of urgency and shift and haul ass to get over there because they are actually working upstairs library here.
Teleport? Who heard of her? Grab a survivor? Who heard of her? So first of all, we don't use the fucking killer's power to get to the gen faster because you know what? Why would we, right? But then he has a survivor right in front of him on a gen. He could have grabbed them because he wasn't gonna make it to interrupt the gen, like hitting both of them. But what does he do? Nah, he holds out Hellfire because that's the better choice, right? I I mean, dog shit plays all around, man.
I
I
mean, it was a bad play, but it worked because the survivors didn't really realize, like, if they dodge the Hellfire, it won't hurt them. You know, it's kind of a foreign concept to survivors here, as we've seen with the chases being as short as a garden gnome. Well, we don't really have much in terms to comment on in terms of the chases and evading Hellfires and evading getting down because survivors have been doing a really poor job with it. To be honest with you, Baron.
I mean, no, like I honestly I can't say it any better. Like it, bro. I don't even know what to say. I'm genuinely out of things to say. It was just not good. But I mean that's what we expected. This is worst of the worst. That's the whole theme. I'm sure they're just doing their best to live up to it. You know, they're doing it for the plot, as the young kids say.
As the young kids say. Well, we just tiding out with the end of the match, and that is a 4K0 for Godhand here. Dream Chasers putting up one of the worst performances I've ever seen versus a killer this far out of the action. Doesn't really know what he's doing either. So I do believe we're swapping over to having Dream Chasers on the killer with Godhand on Survivors. Do you have any words that you need to be saying before we flip over to the intermission?
God hand whatever you do. If I see you in a fucking locker, bro, I will never let you live it down. Do not do it.
Alright then, we will see you after a short intermission with Godhand playing Survivor and Dream Chasers taking the position on the killer. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Quick little reminder that this is actually the semis and not the quarterfinals. I did a little bit of a mistake, but not as many mistakes as we saw the last Survivor side making, so it's okay. We now actually have Dream Chasers playing Killer with Kumi on the Killer, and we have Godhand. Sorry, forgetting the names. Obviously not memorable enough. So we have Godhand on Survivor. Obviously, I'm here with Baron. Baron, you did it. Oh my fucking god. I don't know what was worse, our casting or the Survivor gameplay I'm seeing right now. So take it over, man.
Honestly, I think it has to be the Survivor gameplay. You think he too tap chat. Yeah, bro is fucking gone gonzo, my fan. Like, I don't know, man. So, we're seeing a really early down. I think this Survivor team may be even more shit than the last. So, I don't know. I'm expecting to see a moderately different result. Not by much, just a little bit though. Oh my, you can't make this shit up, Will. Roast
Well,
him, man.
no, I was saying earlier that I gave Petty a formal warning with the dogshit David fit earlier, so I feel like in terms of this, he's kind of doing it to himself, and we're just seeing a two-tap, and
Wait.
if this was a Delhi trade, then
That
it's just stupid because you don't get the Delhi, and now it's 2 downs in basement of 5 gens. Yo, God hand, bro, are we awake? Are we awake, man? Like open your eyes and feel the keyboard or feel the controller, whatever you use. Or maybe you don't even use either of them because clearly you could have been AFK and had more gen progress than what I'm seeing right now. So I'm just having a little cycle round through the survivors in the spectate function, and I'm seeing we have 2 gens at 70% progress, and we have two hooks in basement. So I don't really know what I could be saying here with you, Baron, because it just looks like we're gonna have a tunnel out, fucking like 3 or 4 gens, and Kumi obviously knows this and
yeah.
moonwalking over, showing off the wolf, bro. It's just not looking good for Survivor side here, man.
Bro, no, this is fucking grim. I don't think I've ever seen anything this dire in my life. I Bro, there's nothing to say here. The survivors know it. Kumi knows it. This shit's just fucking cooked. From the really dumb deli trade that, like, we just saw, or failed deli trade that we just saw, to whatever's happening right now. Like, Brother, there's nothing to say. This is just bad. This is something that I would expect from the worst of the worst solo queue teammates. These motherfuckers didn't practice at all. This team was assembled this morning from a solo queue lobby, and they were like, hey, do you guys want to play in a tournament today? That's what happened, bro.
To be fair, I think you have a better standard of survivors in the solo queues, as you said, than what we're seeing here. We saw the 2-time pull here, and it only came through onto Rocky. So Rocky's not really going to be able to go for the basement pull or trade at least, and Zero's not really going to be able to do anything solo as well. So they're kind of in a worse spot and just decided to give him that fresh hook onto Cheeky Boy. I don't really think that was thought out too well, if I'm being honest with you, Baron. And if it was, then maybe the game sense function is not functioning within their brain here.
Well, I think the use of the word thought is a unique choice because I don't think these motherfuckers have a unique or intelligent thought in their bodies, bro. Like, man, bro, we have someone dead at 3 gens. I mean, granted, they have more gen progress at this point in the match than the last team did, but at least the last team made it to 4K0. I don't think they're gonna make it to 4K1. Like bro, I don't know, man. What can I say here? Like, I want to roast them to high heaven, but like, what else is there to say? They colossally fucked up, and now they're paying the price.
I don't even think we need to say anything to just, oh my god, and the worst stealth known to man. And even if it was a good stealth, you know, Kumi's here locked and loaded with the spies in the shadows, or however the fuck you say the thing, the bird perk, the free game sense perk, because Kumi obviously isn't paying too much attention. And thank God, bro does not need to pay too much attention because these survivors, as we're seeing now with Zero, clearly aren't paying attention either. So we get chased off the gen. We have gem progress on upstairs that we saw because of the bird just taking off here, but I also saw because of the spectator cycle. I fucking love this new thing, man. I actually love this. This is the best thing they could have ever added. And we see Rocky coming into chase with balanced landing, but it still isn't enough. And why you would vault the window is anyone's guess. I think that might be the single-handedly most stupid thing you could have done in that situation, especially after proccing your exhaustion. Oh, and look at this. It's a pain res on top of it. So we now have 2 people dead at 3 gens. Cheeky Boy very close to dying. I don't know if Zewo's going to be able to get the pull.
No,
And
that's not.
looking at the survivors here, they're not. And Zewo is actually bottom main, just letting Cheeky Boy die so they can maybe get the hatch just to make it so it looks like they've escaped. But in all in all actuality, they've just been absolutely dog walked today.
Dog walked is I don't know. I feel like even that's too good of a term for them for what's just occurred. Like they were walked by the dog shit, my guy. Like I mean, they don't get to get walked by the dog. They get to get walked by the feces. Like brother is like I don't know what I just witnessed, but I have seen better outcomes in low MMR solo queue lobbies. I think that I don't know. These teams both, but this Survivor team especially, like they have to be fresh installs, bro. There's no other explanation for what I'm witnessing.
And also from our killer here, like, what the fuck is Kumi doing? Just break the pallet. Oh, and because you didn't break the pallet and you decided to wait and try and mind game a god pallet, you actually give the survivor more distance. Who would have thought that maybe if it is a god pallet, you're better off breaking it? You know, it's almost as if that's kind of common sense, but for the sense here, that's not too common in worst of the worst. So we are going to be seeing a 4K3 result. So no matter the occasion, it really does not matter from our survivor side here. But I don't really know what else I can be saying. It's just the jokes write themselves. We get the hatch escape, but it's all for nothing because Godhand are losing the first set even after 4K zeroing, which should never happen on a stage's killer. You get 4K 3'd. Baron, like, talk to me a little bit, man. Like, what the fuck have we been subject to witness? This feels like torture just looking at it right now.
Like I said, I think we're down to a few different scenarios. A, somehow, Godhand has paid off the other team. That is my, or rather, the other team has paid off Godhand. That is my first assumption. My second is perhaps everyone here is a fresh install. That's very possible. And I know UCP 100s; those are injects. The third option is everyone here assembled their teams this morning off of like solo queue matches. I think that's what we're seeing here. It could only possibly be one of those three things. Either they're fresh installs, they've injected their accounts, or people have been paid off. Or like I said, they met in solo queue. Like there really is no other explanation for like the dog shittery that we are witnessing. So until then, I suppose stay tuned for more absolute worst of the worst.
Welcome back for the absolute disastrous second set that I'm assured we are going to be seeing between Dream Chasers and Godhand. Godhand on the Survivor, Dream Chasers playing killer here. So we do have Kumi. Kumi obviously did 4K3, but that's not really a hard task if you're up against this caliber of Survivors. So we do actually see a little bit of a Ghostface set on Larry's, a standard map. So you know what to be doing, you know what to be playing. But if you're a Survivor team, for a team like Godhand, I don't think you know what you're doing any time or on any set. So we're just gonna get right into it. Obviously, I got Baron here. You guys know Baron. Baron knows you guys. I'm sorry for this, but Baron, let's commentate, let's cast, let's see what we're thinking, and let's just open our mouths and just let the words come out and commentate on this fucking dog shittery that we're about to see, man.
Okay, brother. So first thing I fucking saw is two survivors stealthing Edge Mount 4 together. Because why not? Because that's a safe thing and right thing to do in a Ghostface set. And then I saw the Ghostface almost get juked on like just air. I have not at all high hopes for this match. I'm expecting dog shit plays all around, and yeah, like what's that? So bro's probably fucking yeah, he's 99. Look at this shit, bro. You really can't make this up.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think
Like,
that's what we're gonna see this match in a nutshell. Will.
yeah, pretty much. Like as you said, the holding hands on survivors is obviously not a very good strat if you're trying to cross and get the early gem pressure. But Petty and I believe it was Rocky just decided to squeeze each other that little bit more and make sure that they're feeling all safe and sound within the Dead by Daylight trial, which is never a good thing because if you're scared and you're huddled up, you're just free stalk for Ghostface there, and obviously Kumi knows that. The survivors obviously didn't know that, and we're on to another survivor with exceedingly high stalk, and that is another exposed and another down, because why would you play safe versus a killer like this? Like, there's just no need to. If you can just keep going down, then why would you ever want to slow down the game so you can get more gem pressure if you're a survivor side, Baron? I feel like it's just the objective wrong play to play well, no?
Honestly, I think nah. See, it's the survivors are fucking up, but so is Kumi. Tell me, like what his hooking strategy is here. Like maybe he wants to hold the bottom gens, but we have a top gen that's like hella active. He could have hooked on it with PR. That save was going to get had, but you know
Oh my
what?
god.
He takes advantage of the play anyways, because they make the right play. They heal under the God Palette. But they don't do it correctly, and they let the Ghostface hit the injured survivor through the God Palette. I have a feeling we're about to see some fuckery like a 4K3, 4K2 here. I want to be wrong, but with survivors like this, I have a feeling I'm gonna be right.
Well, I mean, as you said, it's only a god palette if you know how to actually play it, and if you're petty, I can't even imagine the things that you're thinking or the things that you're not thinking to not drop that palette to ensure you either get the reset or to make it so you don't die in two or 3 seconds. So it's kind of the thought process was there in terms of, oh, we'll heal on the god palette, but the god palette isn't a god palette if you don't drop it or you don't play around it safely. And Rocky is in a horrible position, which we've seen him so comfortably be in before. Obviously, not really knowing how to rotate, not knowing the ins and outs of a Ghostface set, or indeed what map he's even playing on. So I feel like we're just going to be seeing a lot of proxying here. Oh, Cheeky Boy, the first time I've actually seen this guy this entire match, and it's going to be a miss tag, because why would you ever want a free tag if you're a killer? It's clearly a bad play.
No, clearly, so very clearly. I don't know. Let's give Kumi the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he thought he had another coup stack left. Yeah, I'm sure that's what that was. He thought he had coup again. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give the survivor the tag to the hook. To pick up Rapainras? No, why would he? He's gonna go ahead and chase the survivor that has the God Palette. I think that makes sense. Do we? No, we don't. Okay, fair enough. This may be the best decision he's made so far, but I'm not entirely sure. He's just gonna run into God Palette after God Palette. Cheeky's probably gonna get picked up. Another Gen or two's probably gonna pop. Honestly, Will, I'm kind of questioning not picking up for the PR. I don't know. What about you?
Oh no, the idea is right, but in actuality, the what distinguishes a bad player from a good player is the macro management, that split second decision. Do I get the PR or do I let the tunnel out get away? And obviously, if you've got survivors like this, because Rocky just so eager to get stalked or at least play for Petty to do absolutely nothing for our survivor here. You know, it's the split second decisions that really matter. And Kumi, like you said or like you touched upon, just made the wrong one. You pick up for pain res there because Petty can't stay bottom. Even if they pick up, they're still forced to go top. And up top, we don't know about RNG, but there's certainly not as many God pallets. Ow! Shit! I hadn't even thought that this was a mind gameable with Ku. So Kumi actually taking me by surprise, and I think that's the only good thing we've really seen come from either side of this game.
No, absolutely. I don't want to give Kumi, props because he's been playing like dog shit too. But holy hell, that Ku play that was kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? they're heading back on down to the bottom of the map. Where let's see what the other survivors are up to. Surprisingly, they're on gens. I think they may have learned from the last match. But Claude seems to be stealthing a pallet while the other two survivors are working on a gen together. I don't really know what Claude's play is here. I have a feeling though she's about to get caught with her pants down, or someone is. Oh, and that's free tag, and three people off of gens. I will eat my earlier words. This is looking like a 4K one probably, but still a pretty shameful result. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be outs.
I mean, yeah, but the nail isn't really in the coffin because we still do have Kumi, who's proving to us that they're a very inept Ghostface player and don't really know where to commit chase or when to not commit chase. Why on earth do you commit that, and why on earth do you not send the vault? If you don't send the vault, you're dead anyway, and if you send the vault, there's at least a 50% chance of the killer being stupid enough to just send it through library with no second thought. So realistically, it's a bad play from both people, but it just works out for Kumi because who doesn't need a little bit of hand holding? Because we saw the survivors holding hands earlier with the stealthing, and now we're seeing Kumi getting his hand held by the game just to make sure that he doesn't get outed here. I think this is looking like it could be outs, but it could also be a 4K1 depending on how shit the survivors think or are willing to play here.
Well, for this to be out, survivors would need to be on gens, and right now we have none of that. We have Claude stealthing, not even on a pallet, just like walking around the map, because that's the safe thing to do. And now we have two survivors doubling gens. To their credit, they're on a gen. To their discredit, it's a Ghostface set, and they should really be healthy. So I really I don't know what to say here, man. This is looking like a 4K1. I am giving them no credits for any potential outs because I just don't see it happening.
I mean, I'll give him a little bit credit. I'll be, oh, yeah, never mind. The credit's all gone. It's all used up. I'm now in debt. I will never have any credit. My credit score is plummeting as we speak, and I will never be able to take out a loan in my life. And this is something I'll never financially recover from. Like, if you're cheeky boy here, what is the thought process, and why are we stealthing where there's no pallet?
Wait,
But I
wait.
mean, there aren't pallets because Petty threw them all. Say that again. Sorry,
Will,
Baron. Mm-hmm.
Will.
What's up,
So
man?
wait, so wait, so wait. Claude had a gen at like 80%. She stealthed off the gen. Like what? Like I honestly think she could have popped that, but no. We stealthed off the gen. Ghostface is gonna get to kick it, and she may even get found here. Uh, I I don't know, man. I'm honestly at a loss for words. They looked like they had a little something good going, and now that's all gone. But wait, a Jin's being doubled bottom side. Now, if Kumi can manage to find Claude and get the PR, maybe we can keep this game going a little bit longer. But if not, it looks like we're gonna get some outs, some really undeserved outs.
Oh my god, Baron, I've just been swapping between Zero, which is the Claudette, and Kumi. And Zero assumed that Kumi was bot side when Kumi was actually 12. But because the rotation was so stupid, it actually worked, and Zero is able to get on the gen now. So we might actually be seeing a lot of gen progress coming in. And we do, but it's not actually from the gen that Zero was working on, and it's from a gen cross map that Kumi just didn't really pay any attention to. Because why would you pay attention to gens if you can just have dogshit chases all around? And then throw the game for your survivor side to then pick up on and just set a worse win con.
Honestly, I think letting a fresh out's the best idea he could possibly do. Like I think that's a terrific idea. I think not slugging there was the best play he could have made this entire game.
So what are we even seeing here in terms of a result? That's three freshes for sure. That's a that's a three fresh 8 stage game, which is by all means not bad for our killer player, but he had so much more he could have done. I really don't know how he dropped the ball, threw it on the floor, and then tripped over it. It's like something straight out of Home Alone, Baron. It was just completely dog shit to the very last second of the match. Like, how are you gonna let that happen to you? And how are you only gonna get 8 stages from the freest 4K I've ever seen in my life? I mean, like, it's only up to time, and I think next set we have Godhand on Ghostface, hoping to get more than a 3K9, which, three stage, nine, oh my lord, three fresh, 9 stage, there we go. The absolute dog shittery is just kind of corroding my brain, and I definitely need to get some more coffee to actually stay awake during these fucking trying times, Baron. You tell the people what they're seeing next.
Next up, we're going to be seeing I want to say Godhand take the killer,
Yeah.
and somehow, some way, fuck up what should be a really easy win con because the survivors they're going to be up against are around the same dog shittery level. So the killer just needs to capitalize a little bit more than Kumi did on things like getting hit through god pallets, for example. So, until then, stay tuned.
What is up, everyone? And we're back from the little intermission here, where we saw the 3 fresh 8 stage result from, I believe, what was it? Was it Dream Chase? Yeah, Dream Chasers on Killer. Sorry, it was so unmemorable that I'm actually having a hard time to remember what happened in the last game. And we do have Godhand killing here, looking for a oh my god, a 4 fresh 8 stage result or a three fresh 9 stage result. So Baron, after we've already had the worst of the worst casting secret, or the caster curse, where we have first tag before the intro is over. Let me know what I'm seeing, man.
Alright, well, what you're seeing is truly the worst of the worst. Somehow, some way, we've managed to get a free tag off jump, which should...
Oh my god. Oh.
Man, Mora, can I get done talking, bro? Can I get done talking before you completely sell your fucking bag? So, apparently, we're gonna see a very early basement hook, and
Oh my
somehow,
god.
some way, Cheeky Boy is about to pull off the Ghostface version of what Kumi did to them just a few matches ago. So, Bro, I don't know, man. You tell me.
Oh, sorry, I'm kind of taking. Oh, hello, Claudette. Yes, stealthing is definitely a concept that we haven't thought about in the hit asymmetrical horror game Dead by Daylight, and we're on the palette, the very easy to tell what the killer is doing palette, and Blaspheme actually makes the window, which is something that Mora could only really aspire to do, because we saw them getting mind gamed on a very very easy to see what's happening palette. It's like basically a god. I'd say that's a god. I'm not sure about the check spots of it all, or whether it is actually a god in terms of once drop, but you should not be getting mind game like Mora got mind gamed here.
No, you definitely shouldn't be. And I'm surprised with, Jumbie was able to manage enough brain power to pull off that body block. That was, I didn't expect that.
I mean, it's amazing what
And
you can get done when you're not in a locker all the game. So,
you
Jambi,
know,
he's gone through a training arc. Picked up the weights, did a little bit of reading, and
mm,
we're actually learning some of the comp basics in terms of getting gens done. Because we see the first gen pop, which isn't actually bad pace, but obviously Mora did an amazing job of having the shortest chase known to man. Oh, and a head on as well. Okay, this is
huh?
something. The first time we've actually seen a head on happen between these two teams. So this is something that is definitely taking note. And Mora actually makes a God Palette 8 edge because of it. So this is actually shaping up to a tunnel out that Cheeky Boy can't really commit without losing a lot of gens here. So I do wonder what we're going to be seeing happening from Godhand's end here.
You know, honestly, this has to be the least shitty gameplay that we've seen like all day this morning. I thought that this was gonna be like a 4K. Okay, well,
Uh, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, look, every time I get close to complimenting these people, they show me why I shouldn't. Like
Oh,
I
oh,
uh,
oh,
what
dear.
the fuck is this?
You cannot make it up, bro. It's happening with we had the killer Goomba stomping our survivors, and now we're having a survivors giving the killer a free down for an early Christmas present, which is just something that you love to see. It's so nice being in a community that's so kind and giving with everyone. Why are we not painless hooking? Oh yeah, we just want gens to pop. I forgot the level of gameplay we're dealing with here, Baron. I forgot that we don't want to
Uh,
protect our gens.
no, what's Shin defense? What even are generators to a killer? I think they're more like suggestions, you know. And I think the survivors certainly treat him that way half the time. At least this team certainly fucking does. And you know, I think this team is gonna go ahead and just let Mora die when in fact it's definitely not the optimal play here. Because I mean, the win con, like, what, two survivors gonna get out, one fresh needs to get out. Like this is looking pretty fucking grim for them. I'm not gonna hold you, bro.
Yeah, it's not looking too ideal, to be honest with you. Obviously, Cheeky Boy doing his best tower defense simulator in terms of just staying and looking what he can see or looking what he can find. Obviously, Survivor's not getting the unhook before Mora dies on hook, because why would you? Who wants to play a 4v1 when you could just be dog shit, have no gen progress, and then go into the 3v1 early? It just makes
Mm,
sense. If you really think about it, who would be playing to win? It's almost like the survivors don't really think about winning, or the things that they think
mm.
about don't actually correspond to playing the game well.
No, I don't. Playing the game well, you're not gonna see this team do that. And honestly, playing to win, bro. Teams like this think that's toxic. Teams like this are why the devs think that survivors need their hands held. Let's be so fucking for real right now. Um, like I mean, no one is on a gen right now. Absolutely no one. And why would they? It's not like they have a win con that means that they need two people out and one of those people needs to be fresh. No, not at all. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna find Claudette stealthing not at the pallet she ran to, but just stealthing by garbage and somehow still getting away with it. Like you really can't make this shit up, bro.
I mean,
Eh.
Cheeky's doing an absolutely amazing job of giving the survivors free pre-runs though, so I don't feel like the survivors really need to be on their A game or even B game. Maybe we're looking at like a D tier game sense here in terms of just running if you hear something. It's kind of like Scooby-Doo logic. It's like, oh, what was that noise? And then you just run away. But these guys aren't going to be taking the mask off the killer here. They're not really going to be doing anything. They're just going to be getting no gen pressure and just have the shortest chases that we've seen in the tournament. So I'm not really too sure what to expect or what to prepare myself for or what to say really in terms of what we're seeing now. We see Jambi actually making a conscious decision to get off the gen, which is something that has changed quite a bit. Obviously, out of the lockers this match, we see Jambi a lot more, finally shedding his skin and thinking like he can actually do something in the game, which is obviously very nice. But we do get Jambi getting the reveal on the Ghostface here as well, meaning all that stalking is gone for nothing if they choose to take the M1 tag, which they don't. And now we have the Claudia actually playing with the Survivor. Oh my god, and we have a waste of a coup stack, because who would want to save a coup stack for when they actually need it?
No, and who wants that? And I mean, you know, I mean, he's gonna go down anyways. That's gonna be a PR if he's smart. And hell, he may we may see a cheeky coup play here. I think they want to get a little bit of payback for what happened last match. And John B knew it was going to happen. That's going to be a down on him. And we're going to see a very quick PR. And surprisingly, we have some gen progress. Not that that's really going to matter. It's going to blow up. Claude's going ahead and stealthing off the gen early because why would we want to pop that gen? Yeah, no, I think this is looking like, if not a 4K0, a pretty easily met win con for Cheeky Boy. But you know what? Hey, he has to manage to not throw it first. Wait, excellent stealth. We totally didn't see you there.
I mean, we're just doing the same gen. The killer doesn't even have to guess, so the killer can just be playing on autopilot, going back to this gen every single time, and still find people because the stealthing is still abysmal. And what's this, Kumi? Yeah, there's a killer right behind you, man. Wake the fuck up, think about what you're doing, and don't be giving free tags. And if you're Cheeky Boy, why are you using a coup stack on a hit like this? You can literally just rub up on the back of the survivor, like if you would do if you were playing Billy, and you just hit them. And it doesn't use a coup stack. Believe it or not, this is facts with Will and facts with Baron. So we're actually teaching you how to play the game while also giving you some very constructive, let's say, criticism and some very direct insults for the absolute shitting, the absolute dog shit we've fucking seen on Survivor side here, man.
And that's gonna be another hook on Kumi, because I mean, bro can't chase to save his life. And it looks like it was another pain res, so that's great. And the survivors were doubling the gens and not splitting pressures, so like, why would you do that? It's not like you'd have more progress or anything like that. Now we have no survivors on gens. Oh yeah, excellent stealth, Jambi. I don't know. Maybe he would have been better off in the locker. I'm starting to see why that was his go-to move. It's bro's fucking signature. He needs to be a damned white man. Oh, wait, oh.
Whoa, man. I think this is exit lag coming into fruition there. Look at that. Manages to get the down, and Cheeky Boy actually listening in. It's almost like live in call with us right now and making sure that they don't waste the coup stack for no fucking reason yet again. We do see a hook on main. This is Jumby's second hook. We do have two survivors now dead on hook, which, if the win con wasn't looking easy for a killer anyway, it's certainly looking a lot more easy now, especially after they get the kick on the only gem with high progress here, Baron. I'm not really too sure what we're seeing the survivors doing outside of resetting, but even then they're taking so long to reset that it basically doesn't even make a difference, and they could have just been working the gen unsafely and maybe even getting some gens popped.
Getting gens popped. Bro, I think you give this team a little too much credit. You're using a lot of big words that I don't think they understand. I think Chompy's probably just gonna die here, and if he doesn't, we're gonna catch, well, are we gonna catch the rotation? Where's Cheeky Boy even looking, bro? Okay. Maybe he is. Maybe he is looking. But yeah, okay, so we're not gonna catch the one person that we want, but it doesn't really matter because at this point they have to let Jambi die. If this isn't a 4K1, I'm gonna throw hands. That's all I have to say.
We said the same thing when Kumi was on Killer, and then look at the result that they got. So we kind of have to expect the unexpected, and this is probably another blast mine. No, it's actually not. I would be a lot more scared of that, but now we see that due to the failed oppression skill check. Yo, Cheeky Boy, man. Okay. I'm not too sure about what I've seen just then. I don't think Cheeky Boy was sure about what he's seen then either, because obviously it took him a little while to realize. And we do actually hear Blaspheme being on the gen here, and obviously not hearing well enough because they just give the Ghostface a nice little smooch there. Oh my lord, man. They're both bot side as well.
Yeah,
And they're
they
not
are.
even,
You saw those scratch marks 7,
yeah,
right?
I did. I was
Bro.
just about to comment. Yeah, we don't want to be splitting pressure. I mean, it's not like the survivors even have a way to split because, oh, this is why you saved the coup. This is exactly what we were telling you, Cheeky Boy, and actually making a difference to the gameplay. Who would have thought if you played well, you would be rewarded for it? And yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck have I just seen, bro?
I think you just saw Kumi accept the inevitable truth of the situation. Though, I don't know. I I don't know, man.
Oh
It's
my
it's just
god.
over. It's over.
You also saw Kumi there getting so tired of being in this match that they're clearly not gonna win that she just wanted to hop up into the bed there. So didn't even want to extend chase. Just wanted to sleep it all off, and be thinking, God, if I close my eyes, then maybe we're not getting 4K2'd by Ghostface on Larry's. It's it's definitely a result of all time, and I think that means that Godhand takes one set, so it's now 1-on-1 if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're not mistaken. Though bro, I don't know. How the fuck do you sell this?
I don't
How
know.
how how? So yeah, no, it is 1-on-1, and I have the absolute displeasure of telling you that there's going to be more after this because I don't know, man. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, man. I thought we were going to see a 2-0 stomp, but obviously the 4K2 there means that Godhand are back in it. 1-1 for Godhand and Dream Chasers. And up next, I believe it's Godhand on the Killer playing Pinhead on Larry's. So stay tuned for that if you want to see even more worst of the worst gameplay. Welcome back, everyone. Obviously, before the slight little intermission, we did say that this was Larry's. So obviously, unless Larry's had a little bit of a rehaul or the textures are kind of corrupted in game, we have had a slight mix-up between the teams. So we've both had all staff members agree, and both teams agreeing on Midwich. So we have Pinhead on Midwich, which is not something I've seen before. So me and Baron are going to be doing our best to commentate what kind of fucked up shit we're seeing. And in terms of fucked up shit, we've just seen Rocky get absolutely slammed in the back of the skull by a head-on from Blasphemer, and Blasphemer is zoned. Not if Rocky does that. But obviously, me and Baron are here again, so Baron, tell the people what they're seeing and what kind of shit we can expect in this set here.
You're about to see the most bread selliest of bread salesmen you've ever seen in your life. So of course Blaspheme goes for a really early cheeky head on, and immediately gets pummeled for it. Uh, I honestly don't know what to expect. I don't know what you guys are expecting, but if you're expecting conventional gameplay, well, my friends, you have come to the wrong place.
Yeah, I mean it's in the name of the tournament, man, and it's kind of the stuff that we're expecting. It is the worst of the worst. So Rocky doing an excellent job of capitalizing on the fact that Blaspheme has never actually played versus this killer before, and obviously doesn't know that Midwich is a center of God Palace if you actually know where to be chasing. So after the head on 4, or up 6 even, not on 4, I don't know why we're not then pathing to the God Palette to stall the first chase a little bit more, but obviously survivors don't really want to be playing for the best result, as we saw after they got 4K2'd on Ghostface. So obviously I think it's kind of a they're tired, we're tired, and obviously after all it is the tiebreaker set, and yeah, Kumi just giving the freest tag known to man. It's kind of what you're expecting to see with a name like this for a tournament. Oh, they actually get the trade as well, Baron. Talk to me, man.
I mean, honestly, there isn't a whole lot to say. Yeah, they get the trade, but bro's just down again. So we saw two survivors doubling a gen right next to Hook that could be easily interrupted. Um, fucking Kumi takes the slap, goes and just farms Blaspheme because that's the comp play to do. You know, matter of fact, I think I've seen like the likes of Eternal and Cynic do just that. I could be mistaken for thinking that that's not the optimal play. I think, you know, perhaps they're a bit more read up on the scene than I am.
I mean, you're talking about up to date, and you're on about Cynic, so I think that kind of shows what kind of time zone and year you're on about here, Baron. So in terms of what we've seen the shortest chases known to man. Obviously, Original Pain showing us that there's no borrowed time off of Hook if you get hit with that chain. And Rocky is doing a decent job of making sure that the survivors are not doing anything, but survivors are also doing an amazing job of not doing anything, so it's not like Rocky even has to play. And we do actually see a chain hunt as well, because why would you go for the box if you ever wanted to do anything in game? It's not like an important thing or anything, right, Baron?
Oh no, not at all. A matter of fact, you can just ignore that box for the whole game, and if you want, you could even let the pinhead like camp it like right next to a hook. Actually, I have heard is the most efficient form of gameplay. Not being able to do gens without pulling off chains off your ass every 5 seconds is perhaps the most efficient way to play this set. And letting a survivor die before you even have two gens done is also one of the most efficient ways to play this set. I think they're doing great.
Hmm. Yeah. Great is definitely a word. It's a word. Not the same, but it's also not really the right word. If we're stopping with the sarcasm, we've just seen a complete tunnel out, and also a second fresh hook on Kumi as well before two gens have popped. So survivors are really on the ball in terms of letting each other die, because why would you ever want to be playing the 4v1? You can let someone die, not get enough gen progress to make it actually matter, and then fuck it up more by playing badly in a 3v1. So it's not like they're even doing this for the sake of doing it. And we do see Jambi running into the killer, which seems to be a crowd favorite thing to do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And another thing that seems to be a favorite thing to do of Rockies is to check where the Jins aren't. You saw him lingering up around top 8, top 9 just then, looking into rooms where the Jins just weren't. So, I don't know. I think we're seeing incredibly questionable plays on both sides of the aisle here. I don't really know what's gonna happen. Um, I I'm at a loss for words. This Gen top 7 is gonna get PR'd, and it's probably gonna get interrupted, and unless Rocky's doing whatever the hell he's doing. I
Bro,
I don't know,
what,
bro. Why would
what
we
are we
want to
doing?
interrupt the progress, Gen, bro? Why would we want to do that?
Yeah, it's almost like it doesn't matter for Rocky. Rocky's secured enough in his own gameplay that he can just try and have the game sense of an actual decent player and try and find someone rotating for that unhook. But obviously, this being worse the worse, and this being a player like Rocky, you're not really going to be seeing that great game sense. And 7 is just the highest it could ever be without physically popping just yet. But there, we do actually see it. And oh, that was actually a nice chain, to be fair. Or was it just the fact that Mora did nothing? And don't pick this, go back to the hook. Thank you, thank you, thank you, please. Oh my god, give us some slight semblance of hope that this isn't just going to be a 4K one. But by looking at stuff, I'm not holding out much hope here, Baron.
No, no, not at all. We're about to see a slug right next to the other slug because that's the optimal play, and then from there, I imagine Jambi's gonna get found. Wait, wait,
What?
wait, wait, wait.
Right, oh my god, that is the worst play I've ever seen. Like, Jumby's obviously going to die here, but you also give them the free pickup. Like, Rocky, what is the thought process, if there even is one?
Bro, there
Oh,
isn't one.
oh my god, I actually, oh, this is making me feel unwell, Baron. Like, I feel so upset that you've just made me waste even more of my time to commentate the absolute travesty that we're seeing. For even longer, I have to take time out of my day to be here. I don't get paid for this. God, I need some kind of financial compensation after dealing with the shit that I'm seeing here, Baron. Because what on God's green earth is Rocky doing teleporting to the box all the way away from the slug? And what the fuck is Kumi doing? Is Kumi playing without headphones?
Brother, I don't know, but you know, I'm American and I have half a mind to sue for pain and suffering. This is this is just like garbage, bro. I demand I demand satisfaction. This is just god awful, my guy.
Oh,
So this is definitely gonna be a 4K one.
it's just whether Rocky can actually do a good job of opening his eyes and find that last survivor. I think I did see a blood pool going towards. Was that 6? I can't remember what side of the map we're on now.
He's left
Yeah,
the
we.
hook though. He's gonna let them.
Yeah.
He's gonna let this
No.
unhook happen.
Oh wait, he actually is. I didn't
He's gonna
realize.
let this unhook happen.
Oh my
No
god.
way, bro.
Oh, what are we thinking, man? You have a slug, and then you're taking a tag on the unhooked survivor instead of using your power to get rid of it with original pain. And now you're leaving the slug so that Mora has free range to just pick them up. And if you're Jambi here, you're running away and not getting the pallet just because you don't want to be chained, even though it's a 50-50 either way. So it's just dog shit after dog shit. Rocky makes a mistake, survivors make a bigger mistake. Um, the survivors make a bigger mistake, Rocky makes an even bigger mistake, and it's just a vicious circle repeating itself and just getting nowhere with the game in terms of progressing it from gens or getting any closer to actually getting a decent result on Survivor. And another instance of Kumi just not wearing headphones or being able to hear the killer so amply, just wandering towards her. I genuinely do wonder what comms have been happening in the Survivors chat, or are they just playing silent or off VC?
No, I think they're taking a page from I can't remember what comp team that used to do this, but just didn't. Oh wait, was it Zero Practice? They never played with comms. I think they're implementing that strat, and but here's the thing: they didn't even implement it in practice. They're choosing to implement it in Attorney. That is how confident they are that that not calming in a match is worth it. So yeah, I think we're gonna be seeing a 4K one here. Here's the real question, because there's not a whole lot more to say about the dog shittery that we're seeing here, aside from Rocky just letting another free save happen. Every time, every time I start to give one of these motherfuckers props, bro. Every time.
Oh, Like
I'm
what are we
shown why
getting?
I shouldn't. I was about to say, yo, it's about to be a 4K1. What are you going to see in the next match? But no, what we're seeing right now is just free saves after free saves.
It's actually
Uh,
impressive. It's actually impressive how Rocky can be playing this terribly, give the survivors this many second chances, and the survivors are still gonna get 4K1. Like I don't know how you're in a position or in a survivor team and allowing that to happen. We do see balanced landing here and Rocky actually trying to mind game and it doesn't work for the first time in forever or in this entirety. A mind game, a dog shit mind game, bear in mind, doesn't actually work when coming through onto a survivor of the same caliber. So now we're just seeing more and okay, what are we
he's
doing?
lost. Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, I think we found another survivor, or is this Adam? Okay, it's actually Adam. So Rocky was able to, by a little bit of a miracle, follow the scratch marks. I don't actually know where the scratch marks went there, to be honest with you. And just winning a little bit of a pallet standoff and then greeding as well. So Mora very confident, but obviously does not have the skills to pay it off because this is a pallet you can't greed when you're going versus Pinhead. So, and I also hear Kumi below as well. So the thought process is really not there, and all that Rocky has to do is just go downstairs and find Kumi. But Rocky, what are you doing? Oh my God. Oh Baron, save
Oh,
me from this.
wait. Actually, hold up. It might be Big Brain, bro. Kumi's about to.
Oh
Ah!
my God.
No shot, bro.
Oh my
No
fucking God.
shot.
There is absolutely no way. I just wanted this game to be over. To be honest with you, the actual the standard of gameplay we've seen from this game really just highlights the fact that this is just a tournament for bad teams. And we see Rocky getting gifted with the hatch because Rocky needs every little semblance of hand holding he can get, but he still manages to 4K1. So that is Godhand 4K1ing on Pyramid. Pyramid? Oh my God. It's been this bad to watch and spectate. I've actually ended up cooking and not being able to speak. This is terrible. So Baron, if I'm not mistaken, that's Godhand 4K wanting Cenobite on Midwich.
Correct.
So now we have Dream Chasers coming up next with the 4K2 win con with the same stat. No?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And honestly, I as much as I want to say they have this in the bag, these two teams have proved to me today that you know that they are genuinely so awful that predictions really can't be made for them either way because actually here's a better way to put it. They're coin flip players, all of them. They don't have one coin flip player on their team. Every single player on each of these teams is a coin flip player, so you really don't know what to expect. Is it going to be heads next match? Is it going to be tails next match? Are they going to do good this next match? Or are they going to do awful this next match? We really don't know. I can't make a prediction, you will, because these teams are genuinely just unpredictable.
Yeah, it's the DBD 50-50 as everyone likes to say. So without further ado, with the 4K1 result just laid down by Godhand from Rocky's terrible performance with Survivors managing to play even worse than the dogshit killer, I think we're gonna hit you with an intermission and we'll be back with Dream Chasers on the killer. Stay tuned, guys. Welcome back, everyone, to hopefully what is the final set. Obviously, this could go down to a 1v1 tiebreaker of the tiebreaker, so let's just hope that it doesn't, because I want to get off and I don't want to see any more dogshit gameplay for today. I think I've had my fair share, my fair squeeze of Dead by Daylight shittery today. So now we have Dream Chasers on the killer. So after seeing the pipe get laid down by Godhand with a 4K1 result, we have to be seeing either a 4K2 here. Oh, and this is a blight serum as well. Sorry, Baron. I'm all over the place. This is something I didn't really think about. So we have blight serum from Kumi here, Dream Chasers on killer, and Godhand on survivor. Kumi looking for the 4K2. I will hand it over to you now before we actually go through the worst of the worst caster curse of being hit first before we actually have done with the intro of the set.
Yeah, sure. So, we see a survivor get found, hit. That blight serum was kind of funny. And we see a second survivor getting found and hit. I mean, two injuries off bat. I don't really know what to. Oh my god! And we're about to give away a third free injury. This is just something you can't make up, people.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to make it up because the standard of gameplay here is just so terrible. And we see Petty popping the worst fog vial known to man, right where Kumi is quite comfortable in just following behind, making sure that Petty doesn't get out for absolute scot-free. And we do see Petty running into, I was going to say into a room to go to a pallet, but we actually see the locker instead. And Kumi thinks he's got a little bit more length within the lunge there, and obviously doesn't really know what kind of game they're playing, or even playing Dead by Daylight whatsoever at all. So this is it's kind of a sticky situation for survivors, but we do actually see them getting reset, which is something we haven't seen in a good stead of time before. So this is actually quite refreshing to see survivors doing something that might not be the worst thing we've seen all day.
Yeah, no, I think they can taste the win con in sight, and they actually want to try their best to not throw it this time, which is would be an interesting change of pace. But I have a feeling they're still gonna find a way to do it. So we go ahead and we proc Unforeseen, and I have a feeling that because these teams don't know how to calm to save their lives, we're probably gonna get some value. And I almost guarantee you, bro wasn't looking behind him when he was running there. So let's see what happens here.
I think it actually might have been. We're in danger of playing well. Why would you leave the survivor with the box when there's a free tag as well? Oh, we've got Rocky on the survivor, but we have a killer with the same dog shit decision making as Rocky when he was playing killer just now. I don't think it could get any worst of the worst if teams were actually paid to do worse. Like, what on earth am I watching here, Baron? We're
I don't
just
know,
clock
bro.
getting
We
the
have
hook, but we could have had so much more. And it's a free hit! Oh my god, I hate what I'm doing. And now you give them time to rotate. Whatever, whatever.
oh
And we don't even get a trade or two. No, no, no. Oh no.
hmm. I
Take the hit.
I
What?
huh?
Oh my god. If I go onto the survivor builds and see that Claudette is, yeah, Claudette is for the people, but what would that have done? You just need,
It would have
oh,
just been another pain res.
yeah, it would have been just another pain rest, Baron. You're entirely right, and oh god, this is something you can't really think about in advance because there is no thought process from the survivors. There's no method to the madness. It is, as you said, just an educated coin flip, and even then, it's not even highly educated. It's kind of a very bad university level versus like Harvard or something. So we're not really doing too much of anything, and as Kumi, because you know we don't get the tag on the survivor, that obviously that's for the people, and then we leave the unhook free, we're going to be surprised by the fact that survivors actually get the pull and now the tunnel out is healthy, because why would they do something that makes sense, or do we just not think that far ahead?
No, I think that you thinking that they think at all is a rather generous assessment. Oh, and we break this. We don't chain because we don't want the hit, right? I mean, why would we want that? And of course, it gets blocked off, and he gives him the free stun. Petty could have left the room there, because why would we leave somewhere we're guaranteed to be hit anyways? Um,
Oh my god.
but this is A tier gameplay indeed. Like we are, I don't know, bro. It's
What
oh wait
what am I seeing?
wait. No way. No fucking way.
Bro, this is dismal. This is giving this makes Godhand and Dream Chasers look on par with each other, but I think the only reason they look on par is because they both have no clue what the fuck they're doing. So it's like if you cut the head off a chicken, the chicken still runs around after death because of the
Right,
nerves.
right.
But with these teams, they're all nerves and no actual gameplay and no game sense. We see Unforeseen coming out, so we have Undetectable, and I don't know why we're not using Blight Serum in the corridor to cut off Zero from rotating. See, that could have been done so much better, and then you could have had a down on your high progress gen. But why would we play well? Like there's no point playing well, and you need, what are you doing?
Was it? So we waited to hit the chain. We were given a free chain, and it was still sold. Also, believe it or not, chat. You might be thinking, surely these players don't have more than 1,000 hours to their name. You'd be wrong. Believe it or not, you would be wrong. I just did an hour check. It is indeed not the case.
Oh god.
Um, so we are chasing a 3,000 hour survivor right now. This is what 3K hour survivor gameplay looks like.
It's straight out of a JRM video, man. I don't know what to tell you. And the killer looks like a killer with the same kind of MMR that you see in those pub juking stuff. But it doesn't really matter because WinCon's been met for our survivors, meaning we don't have to go to the tiebreaker of tiebreakers, Baron. Let's just take a moment of silence and just appreciate that. Okay, there we go. Moment of
Moment
silence
taken.
over. Moment of silence over. Dream Chasers obviously being left in the dust by Godhand, which is kind of an insult to reality, to be honest. But what the fuck are we doing, Rocky? And we give a free tag and we drop the pallet, so we now get 0 distance, and then we're dying 11 as well. So although Godhand have won the game, they haven't really won me over with this gameplay, because I was expecting to see something better than a 4K1, but it's just being less tragic than a 4K1 right now, Baron.
Oh yeah, no. A matter of fact, like I wouldn't be surprised. We might see 3K0. Oh, actually no, he gets out. But you know, I don't know. I'm just happy I don't have to be here for another fucking round. I have to be so for real with you right now. I will take the wins where I can get them.
Exactly. So that result, I believe, is going to be a 3 fresh 7 stage, which, if you're getting 4K wand, is anything less than average, to be honest. Especially with this kind of balancing and these kind of perks allowed, and with this caliber of team, this standard of gameplay is not really something that you want to be you know, want to be witnessing or having happen to you on your survivor side here, or killer if you're Dream Chasers, that is. So I believe Dream Chasers lose actually. Yeah, so we have Godhand taking it. The underdogs came back from 1 down to now winning 2-1 if I'm saying that right, Baron?
Yeah, no, I do believe you're saying that correctly.
Wow. Um Throw me a bone here, man. Like, what kind of stuff have we seen and what do we need to look out for?
Um, I mean, we've seen dog shit plays. I think that in this tournament you're going to see more dog shit plays. I don't think that you're going to be seeing much of anything different in the finals. The names are going to change, but the game is going to remain the same. You're going to still see the same, you know, no team or no name teams doing dog shit plays. That's what this tournament's all about. I mean, I hope you're enjoying it because I want to go third stage IRL.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a conscious decision to be making of playing this badly in front of this many people and then having your name dragged through the mud, obviously. Godhand obviously played terribly, but Dream Chasers played terribly. Just that little extra. They one upped the terrible. It's like you pick up the green mushroom from Mario and you do it better, but you also did it worse because you're now out the tournament. So I believe that is Godhand through to the finals. So the finals are going to be casted tomorrow. I'm not quite sure about the time, so obviously stay posted with that. And it is going to be versus Wing Boilers. So we have Wing Boilers versus Godhand tomorrow. And that is going to be for who takes the crown of the worst of the worst. Do you have any words, Baron, or do you just want to get out here and fuck off and do something actually worth our time in terms of not witnessing some terrible DBD gameplay?
What you said. I'm
What I
done.
said? Oh, man.
Mic drop.
I'm more than
This
done
is
as
it.
well. What have we seen? We've seen a 4K2 Ghostface. We've then seen people get 3-staged in previous matches over the tournament as well. And then we finish it off with Rocky's terrible game sense leading him on a path of 4K1 Voyage of Discovery on Cenobite Midwich as well. So realistically, we've seen a little bit of everything in this tournament, and obviously that's all going to come to conclusion tomorrow. So stay tuned, and we'll keep you posted with that. Do you have anything else left to say, Baron, or do we sign off and see these wonderful viewers tomorrow?
I'd say have the day you deserve. Have a terrible day. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, take care, everyone. Be back tomorrow with the finals. Peace out.